Hey guys, welcome to another episode
of my other buddy Devin.
Yeah, I'm Devin.
I'm Devin.
Yeah, and we're buddies.
Yeah,
we're friends, we're pals, we're amigos.
Yeah, we're fucking all those things, dude.
We should get a third Devin so we can be the three amigos.
I mean, that'd be cool. Do you know another Devin?
No.
I know.
I dated one in high school.
Wait, you dated a Devin?
Yeah, it was very strange. So, like going through elementary school, I had never met another Devin.
Oh.
What? I lied. I met Devins, but they were all girls, and I was like, "No, mommy gave me a girl's name. Why'd you do that?" And then when I got, I turned into Tom DeLonge when I was younger.
That's what Devin sounded like in the 90s, though, just in general.
Like, hey, mom. But so I met this girl, Devin, in high school, and I was like, oh, I'm going to date her. And that was the most annoying person I've ever dated just because her name was Devin.
Really?
Yeah, because everybody like, oh, you're dating a Devin? And I'm like,
shit.
no, like, she's cool.
I guess that's the other side of the coin, man, because when I was in high school, well, actually middle school, I knew a girl, Devin, and that was the first other Devin that I'd met.
Right.
And I had the biggest crush on her. She did not like me. And I was bummed out for like probably 3 days, and I moved on because I was like 12 years old. But, you know,
just like, oh, I got a video game. Cool.
This is probably like the coolest story I've ever told about being 12 years old. And
that one?
Yeah, 100%. That's pretty much the end of the story. I haven't kept up with her.
Your story is you liked a girl.
Yeah, I liked a girl in middle school, dude. It was a great time in my life. You could probably write an entire movie just out of that period of my life. And I think it's worth the screen time.
Yeah, it'll be a 5-minute movie. And you go up to a girl named Devin and be like, hey, my name is Devin too. You want to date me? And then she says no.
She screams, get away from me, Harry Potter, and slaps my glasses off my face. And then I go to the locker room and get whipped by the older boys. They have towels that are wet. They've wound up, and they scream, Harry Potter sucks. Harry Potter sucks. And I cry the whole way home.
Jeez Louise, cheese and peas. That is very depressing.
That never actually happened, right?
Yeah, totally.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway. Speaking of high school, was there anything like when you were younger or like, not even high school, but like elementary school that you were like, that's what I want to be when I grow up?
Oh, dude, hell yeah.
And like, but that was like, well, okay, let's just go from there.
Okay. Well, I wanted to be an English professor, dude.
English professor?
Yeah, I wrote a lot, like creatively, a lot of creative writing.
Oh, okay.
I ended up going to Loyola, New Orleans, and was an English major for the first semester. And then I realized that we had to take a lot of poetry classes.
Ugh.
And I don't hate poetry, but we were reading a lot of poetry that I was not interested in. And at the time, I was very heavy into partying. And I mean, a lot of people might think that I still am. I'm not. I don't party that much.
Ma'am.
That period of my life, I was drunk a lot. And I was like, man, fuck poetry. And so I dropped English and picked up a communications major, which is perfect for alcoholics. So
yeah, perfectly.
And then I dropped out of college entirely. Went back later. That's a whole other story. But as you know now, I am not an English professor.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell the audience that you're not an English professor.
Yeah, for all of you out there listening, you can hear how eloquent I am. You've probably seen my writing online and Facebook posts where I don't punctuate or capitalize. And I'm sure you probably thought, man, this guy's a professor. But nope, the jig is up. I'm not.
Do you like when you're posting stuff, do you actively like try to use punctuation and like change the your to you, like your and shit like that? Like, are you conscious of how you type?
Yeah.
Why?
Just cause. I mean, I was always taught punctuation and grammar, and now I do the cool guy internet thing from like 2009 where you don't capitalize anything.
Oh, nice.
I still think it looks cool, even though we're like 10 years on and maybe that's not cool anymore.
Yeah.
But I fucking still do it because it's badass.
The only reason why I started texting and stuff like putting punctuations and stuff like that is because of a girl I dated. She told me I hate when people don't punctuate or spell things correctly or anything. And so I was like, I'm going to change. And then I just started like being an adult, like texting like a normal person. So now like anytime I text, I'm like, all right, so I got to add a comma because they got to know when to stop in the sentence. And like, dude, it's so like, I'll even do like parentheticals of like, this is what I meant by this.
Oh, I love doing that. It's like adding a footnote to your fucking text, dude.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, it's great. You type out like the longest fucking screed in a text message, and people probably don't read it, but you're like, oh shit, this is perfect. I'm gonna put this on my blog later.
Well, so what I wanted to be when I was younger is a rapper.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was real big into like the Eminem scene and shit like that.
Set a scene, or is it just one guy?
You know, the whole scene.
Like,
well, I mean, but like I would listen to him all the time and shit, and like I was like I could do that, and so I made a persona called MC D-Rex.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Do you have any recordings?
I don't.
Oh, damn it!
But dude, I used to write like every day a new rhyme, and I would like the only person that really cared was my mom, so I would like rap to no music to my mom like off my phone. That's about cool. Like having a hard life.
Yeah.
And she's like, Devin, you've literally grown up in this house. I've given you everything you've ever wanted. like there was one where like one of the lines was like, I had leftovers of my leftovers, like shit like that. And then she was like, Devin, you eat like a normal person. Like you have never had any strife. I'm like, Mom, that's not the story I'm trying to tell.
It's creative writing, Mom.
Yeah. It's like, just imagine in your head, like this is where it and like, dude, but I was so serious about it.
Oh yeah.
Like to the point where I was like, because I mean, I was like in elementary school, I didn't know like how to produce anything. I had just heard songs and was like, this is how I'll rap.
Oh yeah.
And
naturally.
Yeah. And then like this, I was like at a St. Patrick's Day parade and I told somebody about it and they're like, you'll never be a rapper. Like ever. You're bad. And then I was just like, okay. And then I never did it again.
Oh shit!
Like
just based on one person?
Yeah, just like, just like one hater was just like, you can't do this. And I'm like, you know what? You're probably right. I should probably quit.
Cut out for it. Damn, dude, one hater.
I was just like, dude, everyone's gonna love this. I'm gonna be like the voice of a generation. And then one person was like, you can't. And I was like, you're probably right.
Damn, dude. I had a similar thing where I was really into Bright Eyes as like a 14-year-old.
Oh,
you know, like Conor Oberst.
Nice.
He's great. He's still great. Conor Oberst.
Yeah.
No, I don't listen to him.
No. There's
But
that one birthday song in the airplane I remember.
Oh yeah, where it's your birthday.
Yeah,
and we're all gonna die.
It's our birthday. Yeah.
Yeah. I try to write songs like that, and I play them for my mom too. Did the same kind of thing. Look, both our moms are big fans of us still, which I fucking love. But I would play these songs for my mom. She'd be like, "Deb, that's really, really good." And then like I finally got like a little like computer mic. It was like 2004. Recorded myself playing shitty acoustic guitar and singing. Showed it to people at school. Ripped on me mercilessly. This is like pretty much probably a year and a half after I got whipped by the older boys for looking like Harry Potter. So this just like shattered my fucking self-confidence. And I joined the swim team.
Dude, there was a time in my life when I used to be the worst liar. Like, I'm not talking about like bad at lying. I would lie about everything.
Hell yeah.
Like to the point where I didn't even believe my own like life. And I, for about a year, told everybody that I was the drummer for AFI. Like everyone.
Wait, that you were the drummer?
Yeah. Because there's like it was like not when like Google and shit like you can just like find shit out.
Is this like 2005?
Well, it was like big when they were doing like oh my god, I can't think of any of their songs. I'm the drummer, I should know. But like
Girl's Not Great.
Girl's Not Great. Yeah, but it was back when like that the Leaving Song Part 2 was like a big fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I remember like I went to my cousin, somebody who was in my family who could almost 100% prove me wrong. I went up to her and I was like, "Hey, did you hear my new song? Here, I want to play it for you." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm the drummer." And she's like, "Oh, that's really good. You should do something for it." And then I was just like, "Oh shit, like people are going to start asking me to like do shows and stuff." And so I just like teetered off and never told anyone that I was not the drummer of AFI.
Well, damn. I think you may have just told two people because we have our guest for today.
Yeah.
Mr. BRIAN FAIRBANKS.
Yeah.
Dear friend of us both.
I'm really disappointed that you're not the drummer from AFI. I was lied to. My publicist told me that I was going to be on a podcast with the drummer from AFI, and I thought, oh my God, I have to be on this show.
Well, Brian, you don't have to be that upset because I am actually Davey Havoc.
Is that his real name? I have absolutely no idea who anyone in AFI
the
is.
singer who is me.
Yeah, he's the lead. He's the lead singer. Davey Havoc is the lead singer of AFI, and we have him as the co-host of the show.
Yeah, my friends call me Devin. My fans call me Davey.
Yeah, Davey Havoc's more of like a stage name. His real name is Devin Mullen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just a regular guy like
Davey
you.
Havoc.
Destrehan, Louisiana.
Hey, I shop at Whole Foods just like normal guys, all right?
Celebrities, they're just like us. So so is there anything you wanted to be when you grew up, or
I remember being something like 5, 6, 7 years old and wanting to be a cop because it looked exciting.
right?
And then a friend of mine told me, "Oh, you don't want to be a cop? Cops just get killed."
Oh
And
my
And it was like, also a 7-year-old, not like a
Yeah.
15-year-old kid who's like trolling me or something. It was just he was
innocent.
very authoritative, and so I was just like, okay, that's that. I'm not going to be a cop when I grow up. And I think it was years later that I realized the reason that sort of exciting job, at least it looked exciting at the time,
yeah.
appealed to me is because I really wanted to be in the arts. And I come from like a musical family, Mr. Rapper over here. A
Please dress me
real
as MC
musical
D-Rex.
family. Yeah. Yeah. A real musical family. Yes. A
dare you.
jazz family. Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
classically trained. No. Well, I guess I'm being sarcastic, but it's kind of true.
So humble, so humble.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I wanted to do something in music. I hated learning. I know that's
Yeah.
it's like you always hear about people, first time I plugged that guitar in, I felt like God, It's like
Yeah.
no, the first time I plugged the guitar in, I felt I was electrocuting myself. I was like, what is that sound that I'm making with this amp or whatever?
Hey, brother, being a musician has its highs and its lows. You know what I
There
mean?
you go. Yes. Well, it's funny because I just saw that Bruce Springsteen on Broadway special that's on Netflix, and he talks about it's like he sets it up that it's gonna be like that too. Like my mom saved up and she took me downtown to get the guitar, and you're like, oh Jesus Christ, not this fucking story, man. Not this fucking origin story,
Bruce Springsteen's kind of a chode.
right? Yeah. And then he gets to but he gets to the end of the story and he's like, and I fucking hated playing that guitar.
shit, I take it
and
back.
he returned it, or they were supposed to return it the next day. And because he'd been taking lessons and he was like so bad, and then he decided to put on a concert for his friends, even though he didn't know how to play.
Oh,
And he just made up everything on the spot. He did some improv, so to speak,
nice.
and played guitar chords that he also made up on the spot, and people went crazy, and so he never stopped playing the guitar.
did he just get up and he's like, all right, this is a song I made up, and he's like,
Yeah.
little ditty about Dak and Dak. That's that's John Cougar Mellencamp.
Wow.
I was waiting for about
That's
2
so
minutes to say that
embarrassing.
joke.
Yeah, I bet you were. Yeah.
I had the same joke planned. God damn it.
He's like the Born to Run
Born
and
to Run,
shit.
Atlantic City,
Yeah,
fucking
all those
Nebraska.
Yeah,
classic
see, all right.
songs, and I picked the one that's not his.
Yeah, Born in
Okay.
the USA, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
Ever
even
hear
fun.
of that?
Dude,
Sounds
what
like
if
an
that
improv
was
song.
the first song he wrote, and he was just like,
he's 7.
he was like, all right, guys, I'm just gonna try this song out. He's like, ball into you, and they're like, I don't know if that's gonna play well right now.
Yeah,
There's
it's
just
like
one-
1966 or whatever. Like, what the fuck kind of a song is this?
There's one kid in the back just clapping and stomping while he's playing it. They're like, no, Johnny, this song sucks. It's bad.
It's like, no, it's gonna be a hit revolution. Like, nah, man, you suck, and start whipping him with towels.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I can't imagine like the big names, people like that, who didn't start off being famous when they were young, like Bruce Springsteen, John Cougar Mellencamp, these people.
You're really getting into the John Cougs today. I mean,
Dude, I'm
trying to
feeling
bring it up.
I'm feeling like an old lady because I am a cougar head.
Oh, nice. Is
Right?
that-
Nope.
Cougar head?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds like
This
a kind of fish, dude. You know what
a
I'm saying?
cougar head.
Yeah. Sounds like something you catch in the panhandle. You know what I'm saying? Fried up on the beach.
But
Delicious.
I can't imagine these people as children. Bruce Springsteen as a kid, going through puberty and just and I'm gonna learn how to ride a bike, and then being this mega star.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking crazy to me.
You want to hear a funny Bruce Springsteen story?
Yes,
Uh-oh.
always.
So, I went to boarding school right after Katrina for a year, and I was
Yeah.
friends with this kid who grew up in the same town where Bruce Springsteen and his family lived. In
America, USA.
Yeah, America, USA. AKA
every town.
Yeah, every town, New Jersey, a.k.a. AKA Romston, dude. So this dude stayed at Bruce Springsteen's house at some point, like in the few years prior to that. He was like, yeah, man, Bruce Springsteen's son, he's all right. He's my friend growing up. Bruce is a pretty nice guy, but they have armed guards everywhere. Apparently, Bruce Springsteen gives dudes like automatic weapons and fucking like gets them to post up his house because I guess people want to kill Bruce Springsteen.
What?
Do a lot of people want to kill him. Like I've never.
Well, he
don't know.
wasn't Born in the USA like a anti-war song.
Yes.
Like that, I think that was like, and I maybe like people are like, no, we need to go to war, and so like,
Right.
Let's kill Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, start the revolution with shoot Bruce Springsteen from a distance.
what if like they started another war because Bruce Springsteen died, and it was like this huge like civil, I don't want to say civil war because that has bad connotation, but like a civil war, like people who love Bruce Springsteen and people who hate Bruce Springsteen.
Springsteen coup, dude. Oh my god.
And then like the
Wow.
government tried to cover it up.
Holy shit.
What if Bruce Springsteen is dead?
What if he's Paul McCartney? Think
Oh
about
shit.
that. Think about that.
Do you believe that conspiracy that Paul McCartney is actually dead?
I mean, if some rock star is going to be dead and have someone else playing him, it's going to be Paul McCartney because the Beatles were too popular to just like, let's just end it like this tragic end or whatever. Or maybe he like autoerotic asphyxiated himself to death or something and they didn't want it out. I don't know.
They were just like, oh, it was a car accident and sorry.
Yeah.
Fucking Paul McCarradine, dude. Holy is it Carradine or Carradine? I might have
Carradine.
fucked that up.
It's
God
Carradine.
damn it.
It's fine. We got the
Close.
general gist of it.
We knew what you're going for.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Thanks, guys.
Like,
Yeah.
but if you you can not believe in conspiracy theories. That's fine with me.
I mean, a lot of them are fucking bullshit and are like really detrimental to
Yeah.
progress as a society. I mean,
But
Like
like,
that one where he landed on the moon.
yo,
yeah,
that was green screen.
Bullshit
Stanley Kubrick is
conspiracy.
not dead. He's just Al Franken.
He's my dad.
But like, to not believe any of them is stupid. Like, you don't have a little bit of fun in your life. Like, you don't want to like, oh, maybe Bigfoot's real.
Yeah, like JFK for sure. There were multiple shooters.
Yeah, 100%. Well, do you remember Broadway Jeff when he came on the show? He said that he shot the second shooter on the grassy knoll.
Oh yeah, he proved it. By
Yeah.
admitting murder on our podcast.
He was what, -10 at the time or something like that.
But yeah, like you can be like, oh, Bigfoot's not real. It's like, or just be like, I don't know, like maybe. Like you don't have to completely not. I don't know. Have like a little bit of fun in your life.
What's your favorite? What's the one that's like, you know, you're gonna die on that hill? No comedy intended.
Aliens.
Aliens
100%.
exist and have visited us. Or
I don't know
maybe
if they
among us.
have visited us, but I feel like I think they have. I feel like they have, not as many times as people say. Like I don't think it's like every Joe Schmo is getting abducted by aliens daily. But I think like they may have come like a couple times and they like gave us some technology or whatever, and then bingo bango, we got My Favorite Martian.
I back that one up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because like I mean,
Mars Needs Moms, dude.
yeah, Earth Girls Are Easy.
Dude, that's such a weird fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's so like you could not get that made now for good reason. It's
Yeah.
so weird, dude.
I mean, think of the fucking name of it. It's called Earth Girls Are Easy. It's just
Should
this
just be called-
general statement.
Sluts from Earth. They're gonna be the new
that's it.
PC friendly title now.
Some dude chomps a cigar and is like, "Oh baby."
We did it. But yeah, like I don't see why you have to actively try to say that aliens aren't real.
They are.
Like they could. I mean, also you believe in God. Like it's those kind of people who are like, aliens aren't real, but God exists, and it's like you can't prove either one.
On that subject, I actually dated a girl for a few years
That was an
staunchly-
alien.
Yeah, she was an alien. She was staunchly
She was staunchly an alien.
staunchly an alien. She staunchly believed in ghosts, but like would not accept any like statement that aliens exist and have visited Earth. She's like, no way, that's fucking bullshit. But how do you not believe in ghosts? And I was like, oh,
Like
dude,
same sentence too.
dude,
Like
we would get into so many arguments, like drunken arguments. We were like,
Yeah.
nah, the aliens are fucking real. What are you talking about, dude? The stones get up to the pyramids. She's like, you're an idiot. There's a ghost in my room.
I mean, I also believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
I've been visited by a couple.
You can't live here and not believe, or
Right.
at least have some encounter that you're like, I don't believe in ghosts, but that wind was touching me inappropriately between my legs.
I got jacked up by some wind last night. You know what I mean?
You got full on filleted by a gust the other night, boy.
Oh, baby.
But yeah, like I same thing with aliens. Like I don't think everyone's seeing ghosts, but I do think that ghosts are real. Like I had this like I took acid once. Spoiler alert.
Oh, this is where it comes from.
Here we go.
Everybody
Discredited.
But I had this like thought that like we're all like energy orbs, and what we see is projected off of the orb. But like if you were to go back, we're all just like a bunch of light balls floating around, and ghosts are the dead orbs that are connecting with us. And it's us seeing that person's like energy and shit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Also, I was tripping my balls off. So like,
Just waiting for that.
I also saw a lot of spiders.
Pink elephants.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. I want to believe.
I feel you. I mean, what if it's all just a simulation and ghosts are just like deprecated memory? They just kind of show a flicker, dude. They used to exist, but they're not contained within the fucking hard drive on which all of this data is hosted anymore. It's just fucking like kind of damaged.
Whoa.
Look, I didn't come to this podcast to learn something, okay? To like have deep philosophical thoughts.
It's like, all right, we reached the point of our show. Now we're going to do something silly. Name your favorite candies. It's like, anyway, so ghosts are real. And
Wait, so Brian,
Yes.
do you have any conspiracy theories on which hills you want to die?
oh, yeah.
Well, actually, it's funny you should ask that because I don't. Because no, actually, I was going to mention that back in the day, I used to work on a conspiracy theory TV show with Jesse Ventura called Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura.
No way, you did?
Yes, I worked on that show.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. I wish you would have told us that so long ago.
I was letting you guys go, and I was like, I need to jump in here soon, but I didn't want to be rude. Like,
No.
by the way, I am an expert on conspiracy theories.
Dude, this rules.
Yeah, so I worked on that show. Yeah, that was one of my big claims to fame back in the day. Was that that show did really well at first, and then, I think they ran out of conspiracy theories to talk about. It was like another alien conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
It was like, well, yeah, but you kind of covered it in the hour-long episode that we saw last year. You
Yeah.
know, like it's the same. Okay, now the aliens are doing this.
It's kind of like
you know.
Ancient Aliens, where like you don't have 10
Yeah.
seasons of that. Come on.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
So was it a show to debunk these conspiracy theories or just kind of talk about them?
well, ostensibly, it was, promoted that way. It was sort of set up that it was going to be like, oh, we're going to get to the bottom of this. But, he would get up on top of I think they had him on like a scissor lift or something at one point to reenact the Kennedy assassination.
Yes.
And as a Navy SEAL, he's trained in certain tactical matters or whatever. So he had a rifle that Oswald used, not of course exactly the same
Yeah,
rifle,
but the same make and
because we
model.
all know that the CIA has that.
Indeed.
Right. So yeah, there you go. So then he like tried to. I don't know. I think he went through the motions of shooting an empty rifle into a moving, like open air convertible,
Yeah.
traveling at whatever it was, 20 miles an hour or something, and was like, "See, it's not possible for there to be one shooter." It was like, you also were reloading it like a bitch, you know?
He's like, I can't figure this out. What's going on here? He's like, listen here, I can't figure out this damn guy.
That's a good gesture.
I'm from Minnesota.
I forgot he has like a thick ass Minnesotan accent.
I'm very intimidating with my Fargo voice. I'm auditioning for the Coen brothers after this.
The body.
The mind, the body, the soul Ventura, dude.
Yeah.
Did you get to meet him?
I talked to him on the phone once, but this
shit,
is really funny because I worked in the Time Warner building in New York, which is where Turner's office is, and CNN is in that building and
Yeah.
all that. And he did a book signing at the Borders that was literally under my office, like, one floor below. And he didn't tell anybody in the building that he was going to be there. So I didn't hear about it until I think like a week later. I was in the Borders and saw that they had like who's coming up this month, and it had already passed. And I was like, what the hell? He was here and didn't tell anybody? What kind of asshole does
Like,
that?
I don't want the government to figure out that I've been here.
He didn't want to promote it, but he wanted people there buying his book somehow. I don't know how that was going to work.
You gotta stay one step ahead.
Right. So I was like, what the hell? I've been working for this guy for a year. I've never even met him. And I was sort of pissed off. But also, probably a book signing is not the best place to be like, hey, you're my boss. Come on, move it along, sir. We got 200 other nut jobs behind you. You know?
I can only imagine how much it smelled like Fritos in that fucking book signing. Of just like, I believe you, Mr. Ventura. Can you sign my book? I
Yeah.
don't know why it sounds like a fucking little kid, but whatever.
Like ketchup smeared all over all the pages already. He's had the book for like 10 seconds.
So
Eating nuggets.
he's eating he has the ketchup on the book, and he's like, please don't move it. I have to eat some more nuggets. Can you please sign it on the book?
Give me a plate.
So what did y'all talk about on the phone? Like,
Yeah.
was it just like,
It
you
was-
gotta do this or whatever?
Well, it was funny because like the first time you talk, like I've worked for a lot of different, sort of, I wouldn't say like B-list celebrities. A lot of them are kind of big name people, but anytime you talk to someone like that for the first time, it's always because there's like a big problem.
Yeah.
It's never like, hey, I just wanted to talk to you because we like, we're working together. He's like, get the fuck, how many people work for me, So I think it was sort of like, hey, we need your approval, or we need you to say like these exact words, and here's why. And he was probably like, I don't want to say that. I don't even want to say that Oswald was not, not the shooter or whatever. I don't know. Something where he was like, it offended his moral principles as a total nut job,
What?
So it was probably something like that. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It could be wrong, but that's what I remember as being like one of those kind of calls.
That's awesome.
Oh my God,
and
that's
he-
amazing.
But he did it. Like he was like, I pitched the idea, and he was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll just do it right now. And I just had him on speakerphone, and I recorded it with like a, I don't know, DAT recorder or some nonsense.
That's so bad.
Yeah, it was really cool. So yeah, we had a couple of those like funny ones where it's like you talk to somebody and you think, all right, well, this is just the first time I'm gonna talk to this guy, and then you work for him like another year and never speak to him, but hear him talking to you all the time through the tapes and all this other stuff, but never ever meet him or talk to him on the phone. It's kind of a weird thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's like working for Howard Hughes or something. It's like he's you gotta go in there when he's not in the room and pick up all the bottles of piss or whatever.
I was just thinking.
I would guess like since he's such a, I don't want to say such a nut job, but like,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
he was
he
a
wasn't.
governor at one point.
Yeah, he's pretty reasonable when you actually talk to him.
But like, I would guess since he's like such into conspiracy theories, he wouldn't want to talk to somebody on the phone that one, he didn't know, and two, over the phone. Because like the
Right.
government kind of, he might be like, the government's wiretapping me.
Yes.
My voice changed.
You do it from a payphone.
Yeah.
That's what
He's changing his voice because the government's wiretapping.
It's like,
him.
hi guys, it's me, Jesse Ventura.
Doesn't want it to pick up on the official channels.
Someone's like, we got one, quick.
Cold Blue. Yeah, so I think a lot of this stuff is like his son does a lot of the work. He lives in Mexico now.
What?
Yeah, he doesn't want to be part of the,
American.
but yeah, post 9/11, spying whatever circuit. So he like got the hell out of the country
circuit, that
entirely.
scene.
Yeah,
Like, at least he sticks to his
Yep.
principles. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, whatever, fuck it. Like,
Yeah.
You got
Yep.
the means, fucking why not?
I
Yeah.
would do it. Fuck, if I had enough money to move, I would go to like an island.
Oh, dude, I talked about moving to Chile. I don't even know Spanish. I'll learn it. But I want to move there and build a ranch.
A ranch,
Okay.
like a dude ranch.
Devon Ranch.
Oh, okay.
Devon
Well,
Ranch is
I
what
would probably just take that because we have the same name. I'll just be like, no, this is my ranch now.
Well, that's fine.
you have to leave it to him in your will, and then we'll kill you and take it.
All right.
From the grassy knoll.
I'm really
at
happy.
your ranch.
We'll get Jesse Ventura to shoot you because he's such a good marksman.
Well, it takes a lot of the guesswork out of my life. I like that. I know how I'm going to die.
Yeah, that's actually kind of helpful. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's just like, hey, this is when you're gonna die. Just letting you know. And it's like, oh, thank God, I finally know.
Well, I have a deadline. I'm better with deadlines. So
Has that been a Twilight Zone episode, by the way? We should pitch that to Jordan Peele's doing a new Twilight Twilight Zone.
Oh,
don't
like
we?
someone
Yeah.
says like this is when you're gonna die.
Yeah, and then like you find out, and it's like almost like has that Looper vibe where you're like, oh, I'm gonna die in like 3 years, but then you get in a terrible car accident because you're like living on the edge and you're like in a coma the whole time.
Oh shit!
The
You're in a coma for like
end.
2.5 years.
Yeah,
and
they pull the plug on the day that
Oh
2.5 years.
God, dude. I
Jordan
love
Peele,
that.
copyright that shit right
Yeah.
now.
Jordan Peele, I know you're listening. Please copyright that.
Oh, yeah,
Please just
dude.
do it and not pay me. I just want to
Yeah.
see that
Jordan
happen.
Peele, you can
I would
have
be
that.
so down for that. Like, I don't even care. Like, if someone like just took my idea, like Jordan Peele, or like somebody I respect, and they just did it and didn't pay me, I'd be like, that's fucking cool. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to be like, oh, that was me, remember? Like, I don't care. I just want to see it. Like,
Yeah.
that's, I don't give a
Oh,
shit.
totally. I could never make that happen because I don't have the Twilight Zone copyright or whatever.
We can do it.
You
We
can
can
do it?
We can call it the Dusk area. All right, we got this, dude.
The Twilight Saga area.
No, the Dusk area. It's a YouTube channel where we make our Twilight Zone pitches. We just do what we want, dude. It's
Oh, I
just
like
us
that.
three in every episode. I get to play the hot, cool, like leading guy.
I'll
and
play
all
the
that.
guy with the glasses, and then when you take them off, I'm hot.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you want
Yeah.
to
What
be?
hot
All
guy
right.
do you want to be?
Yeah, I was going to say, who's playing the hot guy when you take off your glasses? I'm just
How dare you? Me. I'll take them off, and I'll be like, wow, boing, yoing.
Wow, did he get a makeover? Wow.
The hot guy light zone, dude. That's it.
That's
Boom.
it. The hot guy like zone.
Copyrighted.
It's just the trials and tribulations of being a hot guy.
Oh, I like
We all
it.
know it.
He wakes up.
I got a lot to say about that. You know? It's my cross to bear, let me tell you.
Well, dude, it was really cool having you on, man. We definitely have to have you on so you can talk more about Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
Yeah, let
And
me.
like-
I'll go through my emails and I'll share some trade secrets. You know, because of course, you know, nothing should be classified.
Nothing.
So,
Yeah.
as Jesse would say himself. So why not?
It's like,
why
nothing
not
should
just-
be. I'll never remember how I did it the first time, so whatever.
You sound like you're coughing up a hairball.
But yeah, thank you so much for being on, man. We'll love to have you on again. This is really fun.
Deep honor I've been dreaming about since I stopped wanting to be a cop.
Ever since you were 7, you're like, boy, I want to be on a podcast.
A podcast, a thing that did not exist
Oh, fuck yeah,
when
dude.
I was 7.
You were a
Yeah.
futurist.
I know.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
A visionary. Somebody stole my idea. Now we have podcasts. Just
Thanks, Steve Jobs. is that even him? I don't know.
Like, I'm sure he did it.
Yeah.
Or Adam Carolla.
Adam Carolla did it.
Invented the
Mangria and
podcast.
podcasts.
Yes.
All right, so we have some plugs and stuff now. We finally have like stuff to promote.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a website. It's yeahdeed.com, like yeah.
Yeah.
Like yeahdeed, DEED.
Yeah. YEAHDEED.com.
Yeah.
It's got all of the podcasts that we're going to be doing. We have ours. We have 2 Adult Women.
Mm-hmm.
We have video content, blogs, all the shit, merchandise.
And soon you're going to have your YouTube channel of just us doing Twilight Zone
Yeah.
episodes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Was it called the Dawn
Dusk,
Area?
Dusk,
The Dusk
area? Way better title, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Dusk Area.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Stay tuned. You have about probably, I don't know, 2 days till it's up. Because
Yeah.
we're doing this right now.
We're literally doing it right now. We also have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Everything is My Other Buddy Devin. Well, Twitter's My Other Buddy Dev.
But just type in My Other Buddy Devin and it'll pop up.
Yeah, who cares? But yeah, we also have a monthly show.
Oh, yeah, Bank Street Bar. That's every third Saturday from 8 to 10 p.m.
Yep.
We have fun. We have games. We have friends. We have family. We have fucking laughs. So just come on out. Check it out. Buy a drink. Tip your bartender good. And come shake my hand because I'm the hottest guy you'll ever meet.
All right. Well, thank you again for coming on, and I guess we'll see y'all next week.
All right. Yeah. See you guys next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
This has been a Yeah Deed Media production. For more info and content, go to yeahd.com.